Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. We are officially in spring, baby. I am so excited for the upcoming spring and summer. Is it like 40 degrees and rainy here today though? Yeah. But that's okay because spring weather is coming, which also means that spring makeup looks are coming. And I am here for spring makeup, especially like bright, bold eyeshadow looks. So today I wanted to sit down and tell you about some eyeshadow palettes that I think are perfect for the upcoming spring/summer. You could definitely pull these into summer as well, especially since spring lasts for like 3 days, at least here in Ohio it does. But yeah, these are all palettes that I think that the color story, the quality are all perfect for the upcoming seasons. Before we get started, don't forget to upload every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday for you guys. If you like this video while you're watching it, please go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. It really does help my channel out. And other than that, if you are excited and you want to hear about some palettes that are perfect for spring, then let's go ahead and get started. Just a disclaimer, I know that my blush is very bright and bold today. I understand that. I was looking at myself in the mirror like, ooh, girlfriend, you are blushing today. It got a little bit more pigmented than I was expecting, but that's all right. I love a bright, bold cheek. I did not film myself getting ready. However, all of the makeup that I used to get ready will be listed and linked down below for you. And I did use a combination of two of the palettes I'm going to be discussing here today. I'll go ahead and tell you what palettes I used in my eye look when I get to those palettes. So I want to start off with one of the springiest palettes that have ever sprung, in my opinion, and that is the Me Glow Cosmetics Pastel Dreams palette. If this does not scream spring, then I don't know what does. These pastel shades are absolutely stunning. They are pigmented, which is so nice because pastel shades can be a little bit on the sheer side and can sometimes not show up without a ton of building. These you do have to build a tiny bit, but they are definitely pigmented. Like you will see them on your eyes. And the shimmers, you guys, they are absolutely insane. They are impactful and shiny and stunning on the eyes. I actually have a combination of this and another palette. So I use this pink shade right here into the crease. It's not the bright, bold color that you see, but it's like the soft pink you see. And then I did go ahead and use this shimmer pink on the inner portion of my eye. Every time I use this palette, I am blown away by the quality. Now, you have to be into like pastel and bright, bold shades for you to enjoy this palette. But if you are into those shades, this is perfect. The next one I want to talk about is the BH Cosmetics Lost in Los Angeles palette. Now, if you are kind of intrigued by the Me Glow Pastel Dreams palette, but you don't want to spend that much money or you're just balling on a budget, because the Pastel Dreams palette, I want to say is like $54. Go ahead and get yourself this palette instead. These run about $17, I believe. And if you can tell, it definitely has a bunch of those pastel shades that you would want from the Pastel Dream shade, but in a more affordable and honestly just as good quality in my opinion. I unfortunately have not had a chance to use this palette too many times because I bought it towards the end of the summertime last year. So we were going into fall and winter. And while you can definitely use these shades in fall and winter if you want to, these are not the shades that I typically go for around that time of year. So because of that, I haven't used it too many times. However, I have used other BH Cosmetics palettes in the past many times, and they're always beautiful and amazing quality, especially for the price tag. So I definitely feel confident in telling you that the pigmentation and the quality would be there without using this too many times. I have used it a couple times, and the looks that I create are beautiful. You have the pastel shades, you have a little bit deeper shades if you want to ground it and make it a little bit deeper of a look. You're not going to want to do too deep of a look, obviously, with a palette like this, but there are options there in case you did want to like deepen the outer corner or anything like that. But I just love these shades. I love the mattes you have. I love the shimmers to complement them. Again, amazing quality, amazing colors. I'm here for this. Next up, we have an oldie but a goodie, and it is the Natasha Denona Sunrise palette. Do you guys remember this palette? This was her first mini palette that she ever released back in 2019, I think, 2020. Oh gosh, I think it was 2019. This is an old palette, you guys. However, I love this palette still. This palette just screams summer sunset to me. So maybe this isn't like too springy, but I mean, definitely has a couple pastel shades and yellows and all that. And I don't think that spring palettes have to just be pastel shades. I definitely think you can add in other colors besides just pastels. As you will see as I go along the list, not all of them are pastel palettes. But I just think that these shades are so beautiful. The yellows and the oranges are going to be so yummy on the eyes this time of year. The only shades in this palette that I sometimes have a little bit of trouble with is this one right here and then this one right here because they're a little bit deeper. They do get kind of a little bit patchy. But overall, the shimmers in this are stunning and impactful on your eye. They will make a beautiful look, and all of these shades go together so well. Any combination of these colors that you put together, the yellows with the burgundies, with the oranges, with the, you know, little bit of purple-ish sort of shades, and the gold tones, they all go together so nicely. You can make some stunning, stunning looks, especially around this time of year with this palette. Then we have these cutie little quads from Colourpop that you can get at Ulta. The only one that I haven't had a chance to try yet is this one right here, which is Acai You Baby. But these shades look really, really pretty. I am excited to finally dig into this Sunday soon. But the other two that I have gotten a chance to use, you guys, the quality and the pigmentation are there with these. I have bought these quads in the past and they were a little bit duddy in my eyes. So when I received these in PR and they were such bright, bold shades, I was nervous to try them because I was like, oh, if the other ones I tried, you know, got patchy and didn't work out very well, why would these bright, bold shades work out? They're stunning. They are beautiful. I used this one in a Trying New Makeup a little while back. I can have linked in the eye and down below in case you want to check this out in action on my eyes. This one is on the Mango. These shades are so bright and bold and pigmented, and they go together beautifully. They don't get patchy. The shimmer is impactful. I loved using this in that video. And then the other palette with the Pastel Dreams that I used to get this eye look right here was this one, which is called Strawberry Sweet. I ended up putting this matte shade in the crease to deepen it up, and then I put this shimmer shade on the outer corner. And again, the pigmentation was there. It didn't get patchy. The shimmers, they have a little bit of fallout. You're gonna get a little bit of glitter fallout, but it's nothing insane. And I am really, really pleasantly surprised by these. Again, you're gonna have to like color for you to try these out because they are just so bright and bold and rich and pigmented. I personally love that. I love a bright eye look like this, but if you pick these up from Ulta, I don't think you would be disappointed. Next up, we have a palette, and when you first glance at it, you might not think that it's perfect for spring, but once you take a deep dive and really look, I think I might change your mind. And that is the Lauralee Los Angeles Nudie 2 palette. I recently purchased this like a month ago or so, and I have not been able to put it down. I've been using it a lot for work because these shades are just so beautiful for every day. And when you first glance at it, you may think like, oh, Emily, that doesn't really have, you know, the bright light tones that people tend to reach for a lot in the springtime. But when you really look at it, you definitely have a couple light shades that you can go in with. If you want to deepen it up, you definitely can with these other ones, but you don't have to. You can keep it light and airy. Then you have some gold shimmers that are beautiful for this time of year. And then these two right here are like really just shimmery, shiny shades that are really good for topping any look and making it like extra glittery and shimmery. The mattes blend beautifully on your eye, and together the shimmers are poppy and punchy and beautiful. And the good thing about this is sometimes in spring, you want to get a little sultry, maybe at night, maybe you're going on a date, anything like that. This palette gives you the options to keep it airy and light or deepen it up if you want to. So this is a good one. I feel like not a lot of people talk about this palette, and it needs a little bit more attention because it is a stunning palette. On the contrary, if you're someone who likes lighter pink tones and the Lauralee Los Angeles palette is just a little bit too deep and rich for you, totally understand. I got you covered. And next up is the Huda Beauty Nude Light palette. This is another oldie but a goodie. I've had this palette for probably going on 3 years now, and you can definitely tell when I open it up and show it to you, there are a lot of dips in these shades because I love it. I love this palette. I haven't reached for it in a while, and honestly I'm sad about it because when I open it up and look at it, I'm like, oh man, yeah, you're stunning. I need to play with you again. They are so beautiful, and they will give you that light, airy, sort of pinky toned look that you're going for. You can add a little bit of purple if you want. You can stay a little bit more neutral if you want, or again, you have those pinks if you want. So even though this is a little tiny 9-pan palette, you have a lot of options and variety with it. You can make quite a few different eye looks, and the quality in this is just beautiful. The mattes take a little bit of building, especially these lighter shades, but I personally don't mind that. And then these shimmers, if you want pigmented, bright, bold, poppy, punchy shimmers, these are the shimmers for you. I love this palette. I know it's been out for a long time, but if you've had your eye on it and you're like, I don't know, it's older, I don't know if I want to pick it up, highly recommend. And then if you're looking at this pile of palettes that I've been talking about so far, and you're thinking, Emily, it's a lot of pink, it's a lot of pastels, it's a lot of like burgundy, you know, yellowy sort of tones. Where's the green? Where's the green? Green is a very spring color. Again, I got you covered. This is the BH Cosmetics Avocado Toast palette. I am ashamed to say that I have not tried this yet. I know, But again, kind of like the Lost in Los Angeles, I bought those at the same time at the end of last summer, and I wasn't reaching for these tones very much the past couple of months. But now that we are into spring, I'm definitely going to be reaching for this soon. I am a sucker for green eyeshadow. Truly, I love green eyeshadow so much. And this is like a green eyeshadow lover's dream because you have so many options. You have the light, almost like grassy, limey sort of greens. You also have down here the more like turquoisey, purpley greens. You do have a couple pinks to throw in there because the pink is a very complementary color to green. I look at this palette and I'm just like, man, you're stunning, you're beautiful. I cannot wait to play with you. You also have this warm row right here, which will make stunning looks as well. And again, BH Cosmetics price point and quality are just there. I know they recently got bought out by Makeup Revolution, I believe is who bought them. I'm hoping that their quality stays the same as it always has been. Sometimes it changes when you get bought out. I'm hoping not, because this quality is just so stinking good. And again, green is also a really springy sort of shade, so I wanted to give that option for you guys. And last but not least, we have a little bit bougier of a palette. And with this palette, I'm not telling you to go run out and buy it, that it's perfect for spring, you need to buy it. It's more of a reminder to you, if you already own it, to reach for it, that you may not have seen it as a spring palette before now. And that is the Mcgrath Labs Divine Rose 2 palette. Honestly, this is probably my least favorite mothership that I own of the 5 that I own. Just color story wise, it doesn't super scream to me like, put me on, play with me all the time. I have to be in the mood and like want to play with this palette to play with it. However, it still is a beautiful color story, and it's got like those peachy tones, that bright, bold pink right there. That would have gone with my look here. Maybe I should have incorporated it today, although I did not. And then you have the more like goldy, orangey sort of shades here with this one here. Just if you really break this palette down and you stick with the lighter sort of tones, you can get a nice peachy, goldy, pinky, springy sort of look. So again, I don't know if I like recommend you guys going out and purchasing this, especially for $125, but if you own it, this is my reminder to pull it out and use it this upcoming spring. And that was you guys. That was some palettes that are perfect for the upcoming spring and summer seasons, mainly spring, but you could definitely, like I said, carry these over into the summer. I'm sorry in advance for how many times I said spring during this video. So sorry if that was annoying, but I love all these palettes. I'm excited to pull them out and use them in the upcoming months. Let me know down below, what's a good palette that you love around this time of year? Maybe it's pinky, maybe it's more green, maybe it's orange, maybe it's yellow. Do you like wearing color? I love hearing from you guys down below in the comments. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much. You're awesome and I love you. Please subscribe if you have not yet, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye guys.